welcome back to another LinuxGamecast Weekly, a show that covers news, reviews, and basically whatever the hell else we come up with. We're trying something different this week, man. Worked on it this weekend. Actually, let's just go ahead and introduce Jordan. Jordan, you're back, man. Welcome back.
I am.
He got really inflated ego about that first appearance. Wouldn't talk to me for a week.
I am your god!
And man, we finally, had our people talk to each other, so he came back. That's pretty good of him. But you'll notice something a bit different, if I get the hang of the switching, is that, well, we're switching, and that's kind of neat. Say hello to the lovely people.
Oh, hi, Internet.
Hello, Internet. But we're going to try this. If it doesn't crash and end up in a fiery death, and I remember to come back to my camera, we'll keep using this, and I also have the option to, check this out, stream live, and all under Linux, unlike some Linux shows. Not calling anyone out on that. But let's go ahead and jump into it. And that's Ryzom.
Ryzom.
MMO Ryzom will reset all user accounts, strike through that, commit suicide, Saturday, September 22nd. Could you think of the, let's say you had a small community of 500,000 people for 8 years.
All right, I'm there.
Yeah. And we're not talking freemium users, we're talking free users and paying users. And you really wanted to, I don't know, kill the entire...
Make them love you for all time?
Yeah, no, I was thinking, make them very happy. What would be a good way to go about doing that?
I'd say resetting all their accounts, yeah.
Resetting, what do you mean? Just like...
It's the only sensible option.
The only sensible option? It's apparently a financial option, and check this, how they spit it. Well, what this is, man, they're seriously clearing everything. You're going to lose even your username. And when you come back to your username, it's going to be first come, first serve. That's if you keep on with the game. All of your progress, that's gone. Character gone. And they think this is a good thing. And
you got to give the users what they want, man.
Yeah, I mean, they're demanding this. Let's take a look at the forums here. It's about 16 deep. And you can see here towards the last page. I like this comment by Sonjim. Boo! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! So, I think they're dead, man. Do you see this project?
Oh yeah, this is a complete genius decision on their part.
Well, I'm not saying it's because they're a French company, but
it's because they're a French company.
No,
whatever.
No.
Whatever you say, man.
I'm not saying that, man. But, man, let's continue on, because this is something that I talked about last week. Really excited about it. And that's Diaspora. And there's 30 ways to pronounce that.
Diaspora.
Diaspora. I've heard that.
That's how you pronounce it. Diaspora.
Diaspora. But what we've done is Linux Gamecast how-to for putting this critter together in 15 easy steps. Hopefully we'll see a PPA, but until then, this guide will get you going. Something down here in the comments I had a fun time with. If you're watching, this 2-paragraph section was to remind me that I left out one library. So, I was kind of happy about that. It's a bit funny, but we have that fixed. Check that out at linuxgamecast.com and join us in some multiplayer action. Did you ever play, watch BSG, the original?
Oh, I'm a huge fan of the remake. I want to go kill some fracking Cylons. Just wreck some toasters, yeah.
The only problem I had with the remake is they never finished it. It's like they ran out of money on that last episode, and
I despise that episode. I got friends who love it, and like they try to sell me on how fitting it actually was, but I don't know.
No,
I couldn't help but be disappointed by it.
It's only
Such
second
build-up.
to the final episode of Star Trek Enterprise. If you've ever seen that.
Oh, I remember the last one was...
They
it
brought
takes
in
place during that
Riker
one
and...
TNG episode, but I don't remember what the episode... And that was a two-parter, wasn't it?
No. That was the most non-canon thing. I had Riker and Diana and the holodeck.
Yeah, I remember that episode. I watched it when it came out. I don't know. I guess that's like one way to end things.
That's one way to end things. But getting into the sci-fi bit, we're about to talk D&D.
Which is less sci-fi and more fantasy, I guess.
Well, it's D&D, which I know absolutely nothing about, and this is the fun thing. Jordan, you know a little bit about D&D, don't you?
I happen to know far too much about Dungeons and Dragons
And
for my own good.
that's kind of the neat thing, because I asked Jordan, might have been 2 weeks ago, I was basically, show me a little bit about D&D and a bit of background, and can we play it online? And if we can play it online, not necessarily online, but what tools will we need to get a game together and do that under Linux, being the Linux zealots we are. And you had a couple of suggestions, didn't you, man?
Yes, a while ago, they released the 3rd edition of Dungeons and Dragons rules, and when they did, they decided to adopt a very open source attitude to their rules, and they published it under something called the Open Gaming License, which basically published all their rules online that you could use to do whatever you wanted, as long as you attributed Wizards of the Coast, who own the Dungeons and Dragons brand currently, as the original creator, and that you tell people to buy their books in order to play their game. And as such, the system reference document for the
Is this at the d20srd.org site?
Right. No, that's the wizards.com
wizards.com.
default / blah blah blah
Gotcha.
/SRD35. That's the actual document. But what someone has done is they've actually sort of made a Wikipedia of all the 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons rules. And they threw it under this place called d20srd.org. So that's a pretty good place to go check out rules if you want to get started. Additionally, if you're in the mood for something a bit more 70s, a group of people at Knights and Knaves came up with OpenGL, or sorry, not OpenGL, OGL, Open Gaming License implementation of the 1st edition Dungeons and Dragons rules. So if you want a bit of nostalgia and to see how they played back in the 70s, you can go check out Osric.
What's the difference between 1970s? Is it more hairy or what?
Well, the rules has changed over the years. It's kind of hard to explain it without going too far into the rules, but if you're
Layman's
interested,
version.
check it out.
Right on. So after that...
I guess after you got the rules, you got to create a character. And there's a Java tool for that runs fine under Linux called PCGen that I've used a couple times. It's at pcgen.sourceforge.net. And it basically is a Java program that takes customized rule sets and lets you create character sheets for games. So you could ostensibly, with a bit of hacking, play any type of tabletop game, or create a character sheet for any type of tabletop game using PCGen, which is kind of nifty. But
let's see.
I'm old school. I like my pile of books and old-fashioned graph paper, but that's just me.
So this is not something that you would normally use?
No.
No.
I have used it, and I've taught other people how to use it, and they seem to like it. But I don't know. I like using the books, which is kind of my thing.
But that'll get your character together, right?
That'll get you a character that you can play. Okay. And if you want to actually play online, there's 3 good tools you can use. They run on all platforms, and the first one is by RP Tools, and it's called Map Tools. And it's Java-based, so it runs on any platform. And it uses a client-server model, so whoever's running the game should probably run the server. And players connect to it through the clients, and they have like a grid that they can place miniatures on, and the Dungeon Master can make maps and what have you. and it's pretty cool. My personal group had been using it for a while. Another one that I used a long time ago, but is OpenRPG, which has now been forked into something called Trapes, and that's at knowledgearcana.com. And that's a Python-based online tabletop that has some nifty features and even a built-in character sheet for players.
So is this something you have to pay for?
No, it's available free as
Okay.
well. I think it might actually be open source. Let me double check.
Let's see. Python, WX installing Trapes. No, I don't see any source on this one.
No. I guess not, but well, I guess that sort of betrays the. Oh no, it says open source.
Oh, right on.
Oh, there's
Open source
a
virtual
Mercurial
game.
repo that you can download the source from if you want to work on that. So there you go.
Not saying that we definitely have to be Full Metal Stallman about anything.
No, but yeah, there's static stuff that you can download. So
Right
that's all good. And finally, there's the one that my current group is using, and it's called Roll20.net, and it's actually really cool. It's an HTML5 JavaScript tabletop.
I'm just looking at this. It looks like GoToMeeting for nerds.
It is, and the cool part is you can there's an option to play through Google Plus Hangout, so you get like all the nice stuff that comes with
And so
Google
you
Plus
can
Hangout.
just have a
plus
regular
all the-
Google Plus Hangout.
Yeah, and you can play D&D in it, and that's pretty cool.
It's neat, man.
The entire application gets put in the Google Plus window, and people can click on it as an app.
I'm looking at
And
that.
Roll20's you need an account to use Roll20, but
Okay.
it's free to sign up.
I'm
they
seeing
had a
here on the
Kickstarter
website that
a
it's
while ago
currently in an
to-
open beta.
Yes, open beta. They had a Kickstarter
Okay.
a while ago to get funding, and they also have a store that you can buy maps and miniature pictures from,
Okay.
so that you don't have to scour the internet for pictures of your own.
That looks pretty cool, man.
It is very cool, and all the nice thing about all these programs is that aside from the documentation, the SRD and OSRIC, they're all cross-platform and they're all cross-gaming systems, so you can play whatever you want on them. If you don't like D&D or prefer something like Shadowrun, which is another tabletop game, and yeah.
So that sounds like a very useful tool, man. All right.
Yep. Lots of cool stuff to play Dungeons and Dragons on Linux.
So hopefully using those things...
If you're a super nerd like me.
Super nerd. I think
Super
a lot of yourself, don't you?
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's that inflated ego.
Right. Superiority complex, right.
Exactly.
But, we're going to talk about this in the future because if you're like me, one thing you did make for me today, Jordan, which I don't have pulled up, was a stat sheet.
Yes, I made you a character sheet.
And that's
as a
something
first level fighter.
I'm definitely going to post probably in the show notes because to me right now it would be pointless to attempt to explain that to me because it's moon speak at this point.
It's Moonspeak. If you get like the printed ones someone mentioned, they kind of look like an income tax form. So yeah. But definitely check those things out if you're interested in dabbling in the dice.
Cool. Dabbling in the dice, not rolling the dice, dabbling.
Well, I guess you're rolling them too, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's jump back into the
To
Linux
real gaming, as Ben likes to call it.
as part of the glorious PC gaming master race.
Of course.
Of course. But, even as a Linux gamer, I guess I can't call myself, what would be the top, an arch Linux gamer? I love arch.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you.
Right. But this is basically our weekly Steam update, and what this is
Weekly
the
Steam
update. We need breaking sound effects. If you anybody knows some sound effects, some graphics, or anything like that, call me. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Something flashy and animated like out of Fox News.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah.
But with the Steam beta, what does this mean? You know, this is like, what is this? Wow. Well, this is showing that there is an option for the app for the Linux Steam beta. And it is really coming, man. This means that they can add the Steam Linux beta to your existing account. And
actually, the link
that?
you have in there is kind of busted.
The link I have.
Oh wait,
no,
it's not. It's not. I'm misreading that.
No, I preload before the show. But one neat thing about this is it contains Portal. I mean, so maybe we'll be getting Portal on a Steam launch. That would be pretty neat.
That would be.
And something that's related to that is if you go to Steam's blog on Linux right now, they basically said anyone who's contacted them via email or left a comment in the Steam blog, they'll pretty much consider it already done. That you will be getting
probably comment on something then.
Yeah, you'll get a nice beta copy to play with.
Ooh.
And unless I wasn't Steam really clear when I said I need that, just send me a copy.
Please, Gaben.
Yes. And we're going to end this train wreck that we like to call. Well, we're not going to end it. We got one more after this, but this is a public service announcement. Apparently there's a couple of guys, one guy in particular, who's going around and selling 0AD, which just reached Alpha 11 on eBay for monies. And that's technically not legal, but man, it's not right. You know, that's making the game look bad, and you got to check out the art for this. That's beautiful. That's what's coming on at Homeburnt CDs. So, if you want a copy of 0AD, just go to Wildfire Games and download it. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. Absolutely. And if you listen to some of the game trailers, really great voice acting, voiceover and that. Big fan of it. And now, for realism.
And now.
Yes, for now. Or now. Either way. For now. Slender. Did a how-to on this today because a while back I did one for the original Slender beta, and it's been outdated. New version of Slender 0.9.7 is out. There is still a way to install it with using Play on Linux. A little bit different. No script needed this time. So you can grab that at LinuxGamecast.com, but you're not going to need that for long, or at least until we get Unity 4 out, because the creator has said second that's done, he's porting it. And see, that's one of the things. Have you looked at some of the ports done with Unity? They're mono.
I have not, to be honest. Tell me about them, though.
You know, mono doesn't bother me as much as it does some people. I mean, there's a lot of platform rage I've seen from, you know, not as bad as when they included, I forget the name of the game, and the Humble Bundle that was wrapped with wine and passed off as native.
Was it Braid?
No, it wasn't Braid. It was the one kind of like Braid, with a monotone black, white, running.
Oh, and the name of it is on the tip of my tongue. Let me go to the.
This is why we need to do this live. Then we can have a chat room with like 6 people in it, and 3 of them I'd probably have to pay.
Yeah, absolutely. We need more rage on this show.
Yes.
We need so much more rage.
But Slender is
Limbo,
coming.
was it Limbo?
Limbo, that sounds right. That
Limbo.
does sound right. Okay. But, you know, some mono rage, but we'll see what happens. Also, they're releasing the Torque, not them, but a different company. Garage Games is releasing the Torque engine under the MIT license. That was announced today.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and if you remember them, they would give you a full engine for $100, which was unheard of 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of neat games were made on that.
Yeah, the more tools that come to Linux, the more people are going to want to make stuff on Linux.
I definitely hold by my statement of, soon as Steam announced that, we had a bunch of developers just went, oh, yeah, that word, that horribly naughty word, Frel.
Frel.
So, that's cool, man. That's going to wrap this critter up. Hey, we didn't crash.
No, we didn't. But now that you said it, we are going to crash.
Well, no, now that I've said that, it's, audio's not going to record, or the video has stopped at some point, and, yeah. Looking forward to that.
All right.
So, was that too painful, man?
No, thanks for having me on.
Oh, absolutely, man. Both of them love you.
Both of them.
The two people who...
Hi, guys.
Hey, Jordan's waving. I'll wave too. Hello. Once I get this packaged a little better and teach myself how to... See, I'm preempting myself. I'm switching to when I think you're about to talk while I'm still talking, which is a bad me. I shouldn't be doing that. But we'll get this critter encoded and have it up. Maybe next week we'll be able to stream it live. Doesn't that sound fun?
Oh, yay. Now I get to look like an idiot in front of actual people.
No editing.
No editing.
Right. Cool, man.
Hard mode.
If you want to scream at us, you can scream at Jordan on the Twitters, the Twitternets, the Twitterverse at the Burning Fool. And I'm Vinstone, cleverly hidden under at Vinstone. So that wraps that up, man. As always, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Wave to the people.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.